And that big rack of hers that she showed off constantly, it's just, and that peanut butter skin with that big rack. Like, Jay, keep your distance. That's going to get you into trouble.
Hey, this is our 4th episode of Reading Reddit. Hey.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about what is trending on Reddit. When you get on Reddit, the first thing you see is
Joy Taylor, Skip Bayless.
What's going on at Fox.
Let's dive into it real quick. Exclusive. A former Fox Sports hairdresser alleged the network exec used his position to sexually harass women and says she refused a $1.5 million offer from former FS1 host Skip Bayless to have sex with him in a lawsuit obtained by Front Office Sports. There we go.
It says a former Fox Sports hairstylist alleged in a lawsuit that a network executive used his position to sexually harass women, as well as the Skip Bayless touched her inappropriately and propositioned her for sex. Nusheen Fadaji, I hope that's how you say her name, who says she worked at Fox Sports from 2012 through last August, made a series of troublesome allegations in the 42-page lawsuit obtained by Front Office Sports. Yeah, it was a long lawsuit too, 42 pages of a detailed experiences of what was going on at Fox. We read it. Fox Sports, FS1, FS2, Fox Sports, EVP, Charlie Dixon, Bayless, and FS1 host Joy Taylor are listed as defendants in the lawsuit filed on Friday. In the suit filed in Los Angeles, Fadaji alleges that Dixon, head of content for FS1, grabbed her buttocks at a birthday party in West Hollywood. When she relayed the encounter to Taylor, the Fox host allegedly told her to get over it. According to the suit, after starting work on the Undisputed Morning Show starring Bayless, the suit alleges that he began giving Fadaji lingering hugs and kissing on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing against her breast. The single mother alleges she repeatedly told Bayless she was not interested in him and did not date at work. She also claimed she told Bayless she was suffering from ovarian cancer after developing issues with her left ovary in an effort to halt his advances.
Dang.
As the suit alleges, approximately 1 week later, Mr. Bayless made another advance at Mrs. Fadaji. Miss Fadaji responded, "Skip, stop. You have a wife." Mr. Bayless responded, "Aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives?" Miss Fadaji responded that her father was dead. And when Mr. Bayless looked taken aback, she made an excuse to leave. During her time at Fox, Fadaji alleges she made multiple complaints to the Human Resources and Employee Relations Department. So one thing that we have been seeing a lot of people react to, they feel like it's unbelievable that Skip would offer 1.5 to sleep with someone.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of hard, though, because that's a lot of money. But then you got to think, when you making a lot of money, he's not most likely depositing 1.5 directly to her. He's probably breaking it down into a salary that's like, yo, I can give you $100K a month, something like that. It's definitely possible. I mean, because we've heard about these athletes that do it. Gilbert Arenas admitted and broke down the formula on how the NBA players do it. They're paying these girls $15,000, so I don't see why not. Somebody will offer somebody $80,000. You'd be surprised. I can see Skip doing it, but it's not a fact yet, so I can't just say I 100% believe it, but I can see it because that's the game that they play out there.
I don't feel like it's that unbelievable. I feel like if you are a man with power and you have money, he had a $32 million contract, okay?
Yeah,
that's a lot of money, right? If you are a man with power, you will say anything to come out your mouth to get some PUSSY, okay? I think so. I also feel like when you're old like Skip, who really checking for you? Like, people can say, oh, because he has a lot of money, you know, people will sleep with him, but obviously Fadaji wasn't going for it.
It was also alleged by Jason Whitlock, who used to work at Fox Sports, that it was a competition going on at the job amongst the men because a lot of the analysts nowadays are athletes, so they have this bravado and this jock type of mentality. And I mean, come on, it's athletes. We know the lifestyle that comes with it. Women and accessibility to things that people on a regular basis may not have in their lives, so they can just easily offer these things up to people like it's nothing to them. So I can see that happening, and he was alleging that it was a competition amongst Shannon, Skip, and probably other members there that was getting with the employees, getting with the women, being like, "Oh yeah, I had this girl," and honestly, anybody who's worked at a job and talked to enough people or just hear conversations, we hear things like this, like you'll start seeing co-workers together or start, hearing people talk about who's with who want to get with who. So
Yeah.
I mean, why not put it past these other people just because they're on a higher salary base and all these other things? Like, they're still human beings and we're all capable of the same thing. So I want to put it past them.
That's what I'm saying. This doesn't sound like this is just unbelievable. This sounds like regular stuff that happens at everyday jobs. It's just regular people. We do not go to the extent of filing lawsuits because maybe they just don't have the money for it to keep going through or fighting the company. But this, y'all know people, like, we know people that this has happened to. This is not anything new to me. And it's so funny because in the lawsuit, it says that Skip calls Shannon his arch rivalry, right? So they was really, like, it does seem like there was some type of like banter or going back and forth, like maybe who can, get this woman, who could get this. And Skip, being desperate as he is, because first of all, he's married. Second of all, he is old. So being desperate, he just trying to get somebody. He just wants somebody on his team. Shannon got everybody on his team. Even then, the guy said he would walk around, no shirt on, flirting with all the women. Hating. Skip was just hating. That's how I feel. I just really feel like he was hating because why would you call your co-host, which, okay, yeah, y'all are debating on the show, but why would you call him your arch rivalry? What is this? What year are we?
Right.
Arch rivalry? So in the lawsuit, Skip Bayless is a defendant, as well as Mr. Dixon, Charlie Dixon, and Joy Taylor, as well as Fox. So she is suing Fox, the company, Skip Bayless, Charlie Dixon, Joy Taylor. Now, something that I've also been seeing a lot of people react to or have this question about, why is Joy Taylor like important in this matter? Or, what did Joy Taylor do? Why is she in here? She is the victim. I've seen people saying she is the victim. Now, all of this is alleged, so we don't know if any of this is true. But if it is, how can Joy Taylor be the victim? She is the one being sued. In the lawsuit, Joy Taylor is being sued for creating a hostile work environment based off of, I think it was race and identity. Like, she was basically talking about her work, saying that she's not a good hairstylist based off of her race, right? She was also complaining about her humming. Those were things that were mentioned in the lawsuit. So Joy Taylor is being sued for creating a hostile environment for her at the workplace. So that's why Joy Taylor is in this. But also just leading up, giving us the details, giving us the tea. She's, they put in the backstory of why, because they were friends. So Joy Taylor and the hairstylist were friends. So we have to get the backstory that led up to why Joy Taylor started to harass her at the workplace, because she knew too much and she wasn't going for the things. And this is, I'm just going off of what was in the lawsuit. She was not morally okay with the things that Joy Taylor was doing in the workplace.
Joy Taylor apparently cheated on her first husband, who was still in Miami while she was in LA, with FS1 EVP Dixon. After a double date with the EVP Dixon and his wife, Taylor's husband suspected she was cheating and found proof, immediately divorced her. Sheesh.
Yeah, so that's in the lawsuit as well.
Taylor was engaged to NBA vet Earl Watson in 2018. Watson found out about Taylor's relationship with Dixon and broke off the engagement, also threatening to go public with the info. Dixon paid off the non-refundable wedding deposit to squelch the issue. Sheesh.
That's in the
That's
lawsuit.
cold-blooded right there, bro. That And then Taylor was later sleeping with Emmanuel Acho and Dixon at the same time. Hairstylist Faraji warned her that it was dangerous. Taylor implied she had the power now and she can control Dixon by threatening to expose him, forcing her to have a relationship with him. Sheesh. That right there, that's the ultimate like cutthroat right there. Like, you're gonna sit there after the fact that you consensually did this with this man to get financial gain and rise within the company, and then if things don't go your way, you're gonna turn around and then you're gonna pull that card on him to get him buried. That's right there. That's diabolical work, y'all.
Yo, I'm not gonna say it's not right. I mean, it's not right. Don't get me wrong. This is totally wrong. Her actions. We're trying to, especially if it was consensual, because we don't know if Charlie Dixon first told Taylor that in order to move up, this is what you got to do. Because in the lawsuit, there's a part where a woman is fired because of that same thing. She didn't want to sleep with Charlie Dixon, so she was fired. That's in the lawsuit. And she told the hairstylist about it. And the hairstylist went back to Joy, told Joy about it, and Joy said, Don't nobody care about her. That's literally what Joy said. Well, in the lawsuit, right? So we don't know if that was the first proposition for Joy. So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, when you're in a dog eat dog world like Fox, when you're in a male dominated world like Fox, and somebody propositions you to do something, and if you feel like your job is at risk and that you can get fired and this is your livelihood, sometimes you gotta use, I mean, you would have to use that trump card. I'm just saying that I understand Joy Taylor's thinking. Is it right? No. She should have never even been sleeping with Charlie Dixon. So is it right? No. But I'm just saying that I understand her thinking. So a lot of people say it's wrong, but she's just trying to.
That's a good way to put it, though.
She's just trying to, you know,
to a degree.
So let's read some comments. I'm not trying to make a joke out of this, but reading this has me thinking this could literally be a TV show on HBO or Showtime. Hollywood is truly wild.
Definitely,
Indeed.
it's definitely like a TV show. I've never really watched Scandal, but ain't this kind of like Scandal? I mean, I've never watched a full episode.
I wasn't I watched a little bit of it, but
we're pretty sure this has got something to do. Something like this, right?
Next comment. It does not sound too much different from a Mexican supermarket I used to work at. Lots of sex between coworkers and lots of cocaine. Yeah, so in the lawsuit, Mr. Diaz, I think he's like a camera guy. Yeah, audio or something. Yeah. So basically he was just very rude, very disrespectful to the hairdresser, as well as allegedly, serving cocaine, being like the drug dealer for the employees, and saying that he would never get fired, like nobody could really do anything to him. So that's where that cocaine comment comes from. So after reading this lawsuit, listening to different people's commentaries on the Fox situation, and just, thinking about it ourselves, we came up with 3 different conclusions about this lawsuit. And here's the first one.
Let's talk about workplace environment and the culture at workplaces. Like we was talking about at FS1 Studios with the whole Skip Bayless trying to get with Faraji, all kissing on her and constantly telling her like, the more you tell me no, the more I want you, and all these things. Them things go on at work a lot, and I really would want more people to speak up against that, and speak out against it, because we should always protect people. You're going to this job to make money to support your lifestyle, your family, whatever the case may be. Maybe you're saving up for something and you're trying to do all of this while going to work and being harassed. That's crazy. Like, nobody should have to deal with that, because you don't know how that person is going to react to that. What if she didn't get a chance to make a lawsuit, but she got fired, and then she turned around and she unalived herself because she couldn't deal with the disgrace and life and stuff. These are stories that actually happened
in the lawsuit. Somebody had committed suicide, and the lady, Pertoni, was saying that she didn't care. And yeah, with the nature of the workplace, this also just shows like how big companies are not for the little people. I'm sorry, like we are not protected. We have to protect ourselves. So shout out to Faraji, the hairdresser, if all of this is true, for really standing up for herself, because she had to go through therapy. She was writing a diary. She's already suffering from PTSD, right? And so that's a lot. You're also a single mother as well. Like you said, when you have kids, you have a family, when you have all this stuff going on, you just want to go to work and get your money. Like that's basically what it seems like she was trying to do in the lawsuit and what she kept expressing. But when you work for these big companies and you have these unions, these people are getting paid. They're supposed to be protecting us, and they don't do that. And I know this firsthand because I used to be a teacher, and we got to pay for the union to protect us, and they don't even be doing nothing. And then when you bring your concerns to the union, and like they said in the lawsuit, people telling you to pipe down, be quiet, oh, we'll figure it out, taking their precious time when it comes to you.
And really, all they're really doing is sweeping it under the rug. Because really, when you go to HR, they literally go to the person, especially if they're higher up within management or something. They contact that person, immediately have a conversation with them, and then they get back to you and just brush it under the rug. I've seen it happen. I was a general manager before. I've seen these type of things happen with corporate people and CEOs or presidents or district managers. I've seen this thing happen, and they literally just sweep it under the rug, because guess what? The higher up you go in the company, the more protection you get.
Another point that we got from this lawsuit is that you do not have to be qualified at all for a position. And I'm not even talking about Joy Taylor, but in the lawsuit, it said that Mr. Dixon's wife was on payroll to keep her quiet. What is she getting paid for? This lady is literally getting paid to be his wife and to keep his affairs on hush. That's crazy. Do you not know how many people are out here that maybe deserve a position at Fox that will never get that position because there are people in position that are not qualified at all?
It's probably hundreds of people that got that same email still in their motherfucking email. I'm sorry to inform you, but we decided to go with another candidate for this position, and they was overqualified, bust their ass. That's been their dream their entire life to get a job at Fox, versus this dude's wife. And she don't even care. She don't care. Don't got nothing to do with Fox.
Right.
Sports, media, probably nothing.
Right. And this is like all across the board. You see this in government. I see this in schools where people are in positions. You see this.
Hunter Biden, come on, man.
Right.
Come on, man.
Right. You see this everywhere.
We see this.
Yeah.
We know what's going on, bro. We ain't stupid.
It's just sad because people really do be out here working hard for a position that they will probably never get because somebody is in that position that is not qualified, and it's only because they know somebody, right? Because even in the lawsuit, they said that they took a man from being in human resources to being a producer. And when the hairdresser Faraji asked, like, how did you get this position? He said, our boss, Mr. Dixon, because he can, he allowed me to be a producer. And she's saying that the only reason why he was a producer is because he kept his mouth shut about things that were going on and he was promoted. And that's one reason why she's suing Fox, is because allegedly, right, they promote people who are bullying and harassing other people while firing people who are, trying to speak up for what's going on. A lot of people have been fired because of not wanting to do like what Mr. Dixon wanted to do, like the lady who got fired for not wanting to have sex with Mr. Dixon. There were a couple other people who complained and got fired. And then our third takeaway or conclusion from reading this lawsuit, or just even question in mind, is, can you really climb the corporate ladder with integrity?
That question right there. I want everybody that watches this to just please try to comment your most honest answer. And you can even post your experience. My opinion is, you can climb the corporate ladder with integrity to a certain height. But there's a cap. There's a clear cap on where they want you to be at with integrity. They want do boys, yes men, yes women, do women. They want you go along, get along game. you better not say no to anything they request or any. They want to make sure the people that they put in these positions are people that they can trust, aka people they can just tell you to turn your head when they're doing these things that are not right to people, honestly and truly.
And that's why America is the way that it is today. Okay, because we got too many people turning their heads and not speaking up for wrongdoings and things that are wrong, and that's just been happening since forever. That's not even a workplace thing. That's a humanity thing that has been going on for a long, long time. And that's why, honestly, I have no desire in climbing anyone's corporate ladder. That's why I stopped teaching. Like, I want to be able to do my own thing. I'm sorry, I don't want nobody to have control over me, try to tell me what to do, try to give me 1.5 to do this, to make, like, I don't.
No, you can get me that.
Listen, would y'all sleep with somebody for 1.5? Let's be honest. Somebody like Skip, like for real. Would y'all, like in Faraji's position, would have done it? I really want to know. Is there a cap? Because it's so funny that we have been having, like, I've been seeing this conversation as well. Like, is there a cap to your integrity? You're right. What's your number? Like, if you see $10 million in a room and somebody say you just got to do this, you gonna do it? So if that's the case, then no, you cannot climb the corporate ladder with integrity. And anybody trying to is not living in reality. So y'all, this was our 4th episode of Reading Reddit. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about our thoughts. What are your thoughts? How do you feel about this?
I just want to say, victims should be heard, like, for real, like, honestly and truly, like, anybody who's dealt with something like this, y'all start looking into this. I'm about to start looking into all of these things, because this should also be bringing awareness to everybody. Like, we do got power now. Like, we may not have the resources, but we have a voice, and our voice are very powerful when it gets up in these media cycles. So as long as we keep talking about these things and we open up our mouths and we speak out on these sexual deviants and perverts, I think this can actually change the world. Well, at least in America, for some people, as long as we, stick together and we
just start speaking up, man.
Yeah, speak up.
It's 2025.
We have a voice, man. But we got to stop being afraid of retaliation
for losing our job. You're gonna lose your job anyways.
Right.
Like, just speak up, say something. Like for real, this should literally bring awareness to people who have been experiencing sexual harassment at work, who has been experiencing racial and discrimination at work. Because that happens. We even went through this. Yep, like, it happens. Right. It's time to stand on business and come after these companies, because at the end of the day, there are laws to protect us, and they should be following those laws. And if they're not following those laws, do what Faraji did and file a lawsuit.
Right.
Okay? Because she's filing a lawsuit for a lot of things, not just sexual harassment, failure to pay wages, failure for overtime. It's a lot of things that she's going in and suing Fox for, which she should.
But that has to be with getting with a legal team, because they're gonna, they're gonna dot the I's across the T's, and they're gonna add in whatever they can, which is good. So definitely, man, like, if y'all have any experiences, share with us, and share with a legal team if you can.
Power to all the people. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, you all. We love you. Peace.